The law of conflict. When the protagonist steps out of the inciting incident, they enter a world governed by the law of conflict. To wit, nothing moves forward in a story except through conflict. Or, put another way, conflict is to storytelling what sound is to music. The music of story is conflict. As long as conflict engages our thoughts and emotions, we travel through the hours unaware of the voyage. Then suddenly, the film's over. We glance at our watches amazed, but when the conflict disappears, so do we. The law of conflict is more than an aesthetic principle. It is the soul of story. Story is a metaphor for life, and to be alive is to be in seemingly perpetual conflict. As Jean-Paul Sartre expressed it, the essence of reality is scarcity, a universal and eternal lacking. There isn't enough of anything in this world to go around. Not enough food, not enough love, not enough justice, and never enough time. Time, as Heidegger observed, is the basic category of existence. We live in its ever-shrinking shadow, and if we are to achieve anything in our brief being that lets us die without feeling we've wasted our time, we will have to go into heady conflict with the forces of scarcity that deny our desires. Writers who cannot grasp the truth of our transitory existence, who have been misled by the counterfeit comforts of the modern world, who believe that life is easy once you know how to play the game, give conflict a false inflection. Their scripts fail for one of two reasons, either a glut of meaningless and absurdly violent conflict, or a vacancy of meaningful and honestly expressed conflict. The former are exercises in turbo special effects, written by those who follow textbook imperatives to create conflict, but because they're disinterested in or insensitive to the honest struggles of life, devise phony, overwrought excuses for mayhem. The latter are tedious portraits written in reaction against conflict itself. These writers take the Pollyanna view that life would be really nice if it weren't for conflict. Therefore, their films avoid it in favor of low-key depictions to suggest that if we learn to communicate a little better, be a little more charitable, respect the environment, humanity could return to paradise. Writers at these extremes fail to realize that while the quality of conflict changes as it shifts from level to level, the quantity of conflict in life is constant. There is something always lacking. Like squeezing a balloon, the volume of conflict never changes, it just bulges in another direction. When we remove conflict from one level of life, it amplifies 10 times over on another level. An artist intent on creating works of lasting quality comes to realize that life isn't about subtle adjustments to stress or hyper-conflicts of master criminals with stolen nuclear weapons holding cities for ransom. Life is about the ultimate questions of finding love and self-worth, of bringing serenity to inner chaos, of the titanic social inequities everywhere around us, of time running out. Life is conflict, that is its nature. The writer must decide where and how to orchestrate this struggle.